Up next is Dr. Rick Corey. I could say many, many things about Rick, but one of the things I find interesting, you have a master's in fine arts.
Yes, I do.
I believe, and that I
do.
think you're probably the only person here, so you should get a clap.
Does anyone else have an arts degree? No? Hey, there we go. We got a few in the back.
But he's the director of the virtual reality, the VEMI Lab at University of Maine, and I believe 150 graduates, you've placed 150 graduates, not you personally, but your lab has placed all these graduates in Disney, General Electric, Google, Salesforce. It's a tremendously successful lab, and I urge you to take a look at the simulator later this afternoon.
Yeah, we'll have some fun. Anyway, thank you for shortening that. That was the long version.
Sorry, Rick, I know you too well.
Well, I really do appreciate it. Hi. Every year I get up here and tell you what the lab does. There's a YouTube video on that. So if you want to hop in, go and take a peek at it. So I'm just going to take a few minutes and tell you, like, the results of what the lab does. So this is brief for those who don't know us. What we do is we study the way the humans interact with technology. Specifically, over the last 5 years, we've been studying humans' interaction with fully autonomous vehicles. And again, as Jonathan pointed out earlier, when we say fully autonomous, that means no steering wheels, no brakes, nothing. You've got to be able to talk, or use a touchscreen, or this is a long argument that we can get into later on interfaces with fully autonomous vehicles. But we're looking into the way in which people are going to navigate within them, the way they're going to get to them, come back from them. We're also playing around. If you come by the lab, you'll see some other stuff we're messing around with. We're always playing around with how this technology can interact with humans and how we can make it better. Because our general philosophy is, please, I know there's a lot of engineers out there. We want you to keep doing what you're doing. We would like to just say, okay, that's great. You've made this great vehicle that stays on the road. Now, how is it going to talk to these pesky humans that are about to get into it? So that's our goal, that's our job, and that's my little quick synopsis of what we do. So I'm going to talk to you about a couple of studies that we just recently finished, and I just want to kind of set the mood for like what we're talking about. And I know Sarah's coming up to talk about fully autonomous vehicles. So we recently finished a study which we internally just call the trust study. It was a paper here, and the study was done by a group of people. I got it here at the bottom. But we asked 444 people how much they trusted fully autonomous vehicles. This idea of, you have no control, just get in and move forward. The majority of people reported that no, they don't have any trust at all in these darn things, and they don't want them in their lives. One of the big areas that they pointed out is the safety was a big concern of theirs, and just comfort. And I think safety and comfort are related, but that's for a different study. So let me show you something that I think is really neat that came out of this study. 97% of the people, so 46% said they had zero trust. So you can get that number up higher, and I don't know the number right off, but I think it was 70% said that they had little to no trust in this thing. But 97% of those people, when asked, we have an autonomous vehicle, would you like to go for a ride? Oh yes, please. So I asked this of you folks that are saying to me, I don't want one of those autonomous vehicles. Why are you hopping into these things claiming safety and stuff like that? I don't know the answer, but I'm saying you very happily want to be in these. And I think that's just a little note to a certain level of fear versus reality type thing. And I'm pointing this out. I am not one to sort of dictate this, but I'm pointing it out that almost everyone was like, yeah, let me in there. So that was funny because in that study specifically, we had told people we have a fully autonomous vehicle that's going to take you downtown to get a coffee. Would you like to go for a ride? And yes, hook me up. So despite the fact that they just said, I'm scared to death, I don't want them on my roads and get away from me. So I don't know what to tell you. But that is very, very interesting. And we keep seeing more and more of this happening and out of the studies and the results we're pulling. So we just finished the study we were doing with the Maine DOT with Jeff, where's Jeff? I don't know, he's around here somewhere. But we just pulled this out, and these are some preliminary, and I know if any of my researchers are online or whatever in the room, I'm not giving away the farm. I know we're still doing data analysis, but I wanted to give a little couple of teaser things here. That the idea behind the study is if we put icons on pedestrians, so this in a manual driving situation, if I can put icons on pedestrians, how much is that going to help you with your comfort, help you with your driving, and help you? And this is, most participants easily identified the pedestrian with the icon, because we have tertiary roads in Maine, and people walk on the side of them. And I mean, famously, years ago, Stephen King got hit, on the side of a road. So how do we help that? And we had 5 very, very close calls in the simulator we ran. By the way, this is all done in a simulator. I'm not putting people on the road and having them trying to hit people. So the simulator that you go see, and I had them set up and leave it the exact way we ran the study. So if you go over there, you can see how we ran the study. And with the assistance that we added in, nobody hit a pedestrian. Now, you're going to say to me, hey, Rick, what's this got to do with fully autonomous vehicles? Well, thank you for asking. This is what it has to do with fully autonomous vehicles. We now know that if we put an icon, if you're riding in a vehicle with no steering wheel or brake pedal or anything, if we put an icon up on the screen that shows people that the car knows where the people are, it massively reduces their concern, their stage, their fright that comes out of there. These are going to be future studies we're hoping to do, and we're going to move forward with this to dig into this deeper. But this is a big thing. So all I'm trying to say to you folks is these things are happening, and I'm happy during the panels. I don't want to hold up Sarah, because I'm sure Sarah's got a lot more fun things to talk about people riding in fully autonomous vehicles. But this is happening, and I think we all need to just kind of accept that it is happening, and then how we address it moving forward is a big deal. There, did I take my 5 minutes?
Thank you, Rick.
All right, yeah, you got it.